Hey folks, how you doing? I hope you are having a good day. This is Suzy Meadows, and this is my normal Facebook Live on Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to work with this paper pumpkin today. We are going to, I'm going to show you some alternatives. I promised to dig into my stash just a little bit and see what else we could make with this. But to get going, like I said, I'm Suzy Meadows. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Central Indiana. And I love crafting, especially with Stampin' Up! Goodies. And I love sharing what I come up with. So that's what we're going to do with this. And like I said, I dug into my stash. So I'm trying to find some place to put that. I'm going to double check that I am broadcasting. Yes, it looks like we are. Excellent. Good. Okay, good. Okay, let me see. Gang, this is, you know you're live if you look up in that corner there and you see the red rectangle. Otherwise, you're watching a replay or you're watching on YouTube channel, which is great. I'm glad you have joined me either way. On YouTube, you will find the description of all the goodies I'm going to use. Down there's a little arrow, a little carrot underneath the photo, the video actually, and that's where you can find all the details. So gang, as you're coming on, let me know you're joining me, or maybe you're watching the replay. It's all good. Hey, okay, I'm going to turn you down, so that means I'm going to get in your face just a little bit. You know how that is. It's going to get up close and personal here. And let me put you in the stand here. There we go. Okay. Let me move things around just a little bit here. So I think we need the lights a little better. Here you go. By the way, gang, this is where you can find me. If you've got any questions, crafting with Suzy.stampinup.net. But this is what we are going to dig into. The Sweet Sunflower, the Paper Pumpkin Kit. It's a monthly kit that comes every month if you subscribe to it by the 10th. And I had heard this was going to be a good one, and I'm so glad I did get it. Look at these cards that came. Well, okay, what you get is a kit. You get everything to make these 9 cards. And so you get all the goodies to make 3 of each. And here's this last one. And I love making alternatives. And so that's actually what we're going to do. The other things that came with the kit is you get your stamps, and then this time we got 2 ink spots, which was cool. And they also gave us a free gift, this honeycomb-like in metallic, and we're going to actually use one of these. So, and look at these envelopes. You know how I tend to cut my envelopes, and we're going to. So I tell you, this kit is going to make so many more than 9 cards for me, because I am going to, I always like to make the originals, and these are the designs. I love the designs they came up with. But what we're going to do is I'm going to make more. So you see this, look at this. They have this is pre-printed, and we're going to cut that in half. And then this one here, look at that. The next one we're going to cut in half and make 2 different ones. And then this one here, same thing. I can make 2 of them. Plus, we're going to cut up the envelope, and I'll show you how to do that. So let me get these things out of the way. Okay, first of all, we're going to use this baby. This is one of the cards. Let me see. I need to keep these up here so I can show you this one is what this makes. So, but we're going to cut this. Now, you can use your trimmer or you can use a guillotine, whatever trimmer you've got. But I'm going to just actually cut right in the middle, right where the crease is. Let me see. Can you see that where they've already scored it for us? Well, that's why I'm just going to cut it right there. And I'm going to make this, the panel, 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then because I make my card bases, they are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so this will fit right on top of here. So I want to Let me see. Well, I'll show you what I'll do with these. But I think, first of all, what I want to do is I'm going to cut this one in half, which it's, 5.5 inches, but I basically want that design right there. So I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to cut. There we go. Now, I think, let me see, that's going to go right here. Yep, that's good. Okay, so let's pull this off here, and I'll show you how to cut up some of these others, but this one, we are going to actually use that freebie they gave us. We're going to, and then this is Mossy Meadow, and let me get this over here because we're going to need, now I can use, it actually comes in the kit. They give you all the adhesives you need. So it came with dimensionals and glue dots. Or I could use my liquid glue. And I'm going to use these. So for me, I'm just going to put them right on the corners. There we go. And I'm just using a pokey tool. My take your pick tool. Get that over here. And we're going to just do one more. Okay. And now some people don't like these mini glue dots because it takes a little bit of time, but I don't mind using them. I think on the others, we'll see. Maybe I'll use my liquid glue later. We'll see. We'll see what we're going to use. So, okay. So I'm just going to fold this over because it's sticking out a little bit. I don't want my mechanics to be seen. And we're just going to put this right here on the card front. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put that right here. But yep, we could go just like that. But I want to put my sentiment on it. One of the sentiments they gave us was hello. And so we can ink this up. I turn it around to make sure I've got plenty of ink on it. And I'm going to go right there. There we go. Or hello. Okay. And using these dimensionals they gave us, I am going to just elevate it. I'm going to give it a little bit of height there. Okay. So I'm pulling these off. Yep. So I don't know if you guys had a good weekend. I did. It was fun. We had a shoebox swap. If you look back on my Facebook feed, you'll notice I put a picture of my particular project. So like this, the Team Snazzy Crafters get together, and there was a couple gals that could come this time, and so they each brought something. And we did a shoebox swap. In fact, let me show you what we made. These are the projects they brought. One brought, these were, I think, last year or the year before, these coffin boxes. So she brought all the goodies to design this one. Donna did that. And then Vicky did this one. And it's I love this fun fold. I forget what she called it. It's got a name, but I don't remember. But isn't that pretty? And this is that new celebration paper that you can get for free with the stamp set. And isn't that pretty? So I enjoyed. We had fun doing that shoebox swap, and we'll do some more later on. So, okay, getting back to our cards. Okay, here is a very simple alternative card game. Really easy. This was just using the gift they gave us. I cut the actual card panel. So let me show you. Here is another one, and this is from, where's that other section that I cut off? Here we go. So see, this was the card, and that was our actual card like that. And so from this one, what I made was this particular card here. And what I did, I used the sunflower stamp set, and everything else was in the kit. I did bring in a card base. But also with this, one thing I wanted to show you is this. I used Wink of Stella, and I used it on my on the yellow on the crushed curry. And what it does, it moves it a little bit, which I wanted it to. I wanted it to fill it in a little bit. So I just thought that added, and you also get to see a little bit of shine there. And that was for the Wink of Stella. So these were 2 cards that I made pretty much with things from the kit. But I do want to show you some of the other things, other projects that I made. With this one here, this was one of the card bases. This is the actual design, which is gorgeous, that they had us, they designed for us in the kit. And what I did, I cut the panel, the card base, in half. I'm bringing stuff up here. And with it, I actually just used half of it, half of one. Once again, this is my normal 4 by 5 1/4. That's what I tend to use for my layering mat. And this is the other half of that I had cut off, that we had just cut. I trimmed it down, and you notice this pretty crushed curry. This is actually from the Hive 3D embossing folder that's in the annual catalog. And what I did, I inked it up. And I thought I would show you how to ink it up. There's different ways of doing it, but I wanted to show you how I did it. So I've just got a white piece here. And the nice thing about this is you have 2 different sides. You can use the embossed or the debossed. This sticks up and that goes down. And so the way I do it, the easiest way is just getting a getting the ink spot. This is, the one that comes with it, and going like that. So that's one look. Now I was curious what it would look like with yellow, with my crushed curry. So you can do it with a big ink pad. Let me just scoot this in, and the easiest way is just coming, oops, there we go. See, I got a little bit extra, but that's okay. That gives it a little bit of, so that's a different look. Now I wanted to see what it looked like on the other side. So we're going to go down. See, it's a totally different look, isn't it? Depending on which side you choose to go with. Or if I use the small ink spot, that's what it looks like. So let me get this up close so you can see. So that's interesting, isn't it? Now honeycomb to me tends to be honey, or at least around here, honey bees. The comb tends to be golden like that. But here's just a different look. It just depends on what you're looking for. So, but that was cool. That was just a way to add some different texture to that particular card. And so here I used that soft suede on crushed curry. So that was one of them there. And then let's see. Oh, on this one, well, let's go with this guy. This particular card base here, let me get these out of the way, it's just, and then I'll bring them back in. But this particular card base, which is this, really pretty. And see, they give you the die cut to stamp for the sunflower, the sentiment, and that pretty some vellum honeycomb there. So, but we'll do a project with that too. So, okay, so we've got that one. So I cut that apart, and I thought I would show you this card first. This is one of the alternatives I went with. This is using this part of my card base. I stamped in some of the bees. And this right here is from the Celebrate Sunflowers. This small image right here. And then this congratulations is that right there. I just inked up that part of the stamp and masked the rest. So that was something. And I thought I'd give it a little more texture. So you see here, you see that dark honeycomb? Well, it comes light like this. And so what I did to ink it up, I actually used my large stamp pad and I stuck it on there. Just stuck it on there like that. And you see how it's getting ink? And I didn't know which side would work the best, so I turned it and did it on the other side. Now, it takes a bit to dry. In fact, I did this before I went to bed last night, and I just set it on my work table and let it dry. And so this morning, it was totally good. So we'll get this out of here and just put it to the side so it can dry. But that's how I added ink to my honeycomb, giving it just a little bit different look. Now, on this one, I used this side, the back of the card. And to do that, let me bring these goodies over. I've got just one more after this to show you, gang. So, but on this one here, that pretty watercolor sunset, sky, whatever. This is the card I came up with as an alternative. I cut the base and I put it on fresh freesia cardstock. And this is my ultimate favorite punch. It's the decorative circle punch. And what I did, I used the jar of flowers because you see those sunflowers right there? And I stamped it on white cardstock. I just watercolored those watercolor pencils, colored them just a little bit. And then to give it a little bit of difference, you see this frayed ribbon? That is actually from the frayed ribbon. And I cut it in half and just literally raveled it. So, and then to make it stand out a little bit more, I used some of that green from this card base. So, yeah, so that was a different one. So that was another alternative I created rather. So now the last card I wanted to show you is using the envelope. This pretty envelope here. Now, you've probably seen me take envelopes before, take them apart. I'll just show you real quick. Once again, like I said, you've probably seen it. I like flipping it over. And I just need a little bit off this side here. So, and we'll do that on the other side. 'Cause isn't this gorgeous? So many things we can do with it. Okay, and so now I have my envelope. And so now I can cut wherever I want. Look at all of that pretty pattern paper I can use. But let me show you what I created with it. Okay. So that's the envelope. And this is the one that I came up with. It's a little different. You may be used to seeing yellow sunflowers, and most of them are, but I know a few years ago, I grow a lot of plants and flowers and perennials, and I got some called Evening Sun, and they were maroon, sort of rusty maroon color. So that's what got me thinking. And so I actually used the Mary Merlot, and I stamped my sunflower, and then I twisted it like they show us. And then, once again, I used the Wink Estella, which is a glitter brush. And if you notice, it's a little glittery. It's not as much, but I did move the ink around like I wanted to give it a different look. And then what I did, I matted it with Mary Merlot and did the thank you. That's a stamp set that comes with it. But you see this pretty fringe? That is also that frayed ribbon. But what I did was, in fact, this is the other half, the other half of this one, because you see how thick it is? So I just cut it, but here I took quite a bit off. And then what I did, I just stuck that in my Mary Merlot ink pad. Now, once again, it takes a while to dry, so just realize that. But that's what gives it that fluffy frayed look. So, yeah. So, gang, and then just some of the leaves, what I did, I used the bow punch because I wanted some more greenery throughout there. So, gang, those are the projects that I wanted to show you. So, let me get these up here. These are my alternatives. This is the one we made together. And then these are just some of the others that were created. It's hard to get everything on together, isn't it? Here, we'll put this one here. And this, well, I can't pick it up to get it here. Okay, there we go. So these are the, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 6 alternatives. Cool. So, gang, I had fun making them. If you've got any questions, holler. And like I said, this is how you can get a hold of me, craftingwithsuzy.stampinup.net. And along with that, if you do not have a demonstrator and you would like to purchase any of these goodies, I have put links in the YouTube description where it will take you and show you all the goodies that I've used. And this is my actual host code for August. So one last thing I wanted to remind you, we just have a week and a few days. August 30th, celebration is over. And that's where you have an opportunity. If you spend $50 or $100, you can earn some free goodies. And there's a lot of free goodies still in here. And at the beginning of the month, they came up with a few extras that we could get. So don't miss out on that. And these are only while supplies last. So gang, I hope you have enjoyed this. Let me know if you have, if you've enjoyed it. I have. I hope you have. So, and let me know by liking, or if you've got a crafty friend, share this video. They might be interested in doing some of this. I do local classes, and the next one will be September 15th here at Lebanon. And of course, if you want to get a group of friends together, and by all means, I'll come out and do a class with you or do projects or whatever. So just give me a holler, and that's where you get a hold of me. Gang, I will be back Monday, August 29th, which is next Monday. So I hope to see you, and thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you watching, commenting, and all that. So, stay safe and stay well. I'll talk to you later. Toodles. Bye-bye.